We are at the COTS Candlelight Vigil. It's an annual event that coincides with National Homeless Persons Memorial Night, as well as close to the winter solstice, which is the longest night of the year, to honor those who have passed away while experiencing hopelessness, as well as those who are still striving and experiencing hopelessness and searching for home.
Candle for Janie, age 38, is a single mom of 3 who said life in shelter is stressful, but you've got to make the best of it. I'm on my feet 9 hours a day at work, she said. Then I do my family shelter chores and help my kids with what they need. I'm always moving. We light this candle for Lewis, age 8, whose favorite memory this year was discovering he liked soccer. He loves to read comic books and eat French fries too.
I'm Nancy. I'm a volunteer at COTS. We light this candle for Lauren, age 4 months old, and Julie, age 3, who began going to quality child care program their mom found with the help of COTS staff while they were staying in the family shelter. We light this candle for Luke, who has struggled with behavioral issues at school. The school counselor noted that the family 2 years of homelessness was a strong contributing factor to his disruptions in class. Connected with the children's mental health support in the shelter, and has learned to process his feelings. Hi, I'm Jane. I'm here with my friend Rosella from the community. We light this candle for Miguel, 46, whose heating bills were so high that he could not pay his utilities and his rent. He had been living in his apartment for 15 years and couldn't imagine starting over somewhere else. Lauren, 28, who assessed the toy store at COTS for this year to select gifts for her children, helping stretch her budget at the holiday season and feeling relief that Santa will still come.
I'm Patience. I am a member of the Lions Club, and our members, thanks to our friend Rosella that you just heard from, have begun supporting COTS and other organizations that assist the homeless. And I light this imaginary candle for Joe, 52, who cannot read or write and didn't understand his mail. He woke up one day to discover his electricity had been turned off. And we light another imaginary candle for Kathy, 68, who got sober this year and moved into her own apartment. She likes to keep the common yard and garden in shape for everyone to enjoy.
I'm Ellis. I'm just a member of the community. We light this candle for Ellie, 31, who has struggled with significant mental health challenges that have prevented her from maintaining employment and housing. I'm just trying to get by in this wild world, she said. We light this candle for Juan, age 26, a single dad of 2 who needed help finding a new apartment in the school district where his children attended after receiving a no-fault notice to vacate his previous home.
I'm Sue Scher, community member and COTS supporter. We light this candle for Awa, 38, who is a widow and mother of 3. She needed shelter after the owner of her current apartment decided to turn the building into Airbnbs. The family had been sleeping in their van, but the weather has gotten too cold for that. We light this candle for Marcy, 43, whose marriage ended, leaving her with a large back debt on a shared apartment that she repaid working in retail while staying in shelter, in her car, or couch surfing before moving into a new apartment this year.
My name is JB. I'm a COTS volunteer. We light this candle for Liam, age 5, who was shy at first, but comes out of his shell when reading stories with volunteers. He likes books about trucks the most. We light this candle for Colin, 63, who is a quiet and serious man Committed to going back to school to earn his degree, he moved into permanent senior housing this year.
Hi, I'm Celia, and I volunteer with COTS. We light this candle for Omar, 69, who had steady employment most of his life and now needed help to find a one-bedroom apartment he could afford on Social Security. And we light this candle for Oscar, 52, who had spent time in prison in the past for petty theft. He was connected to a new employment opportunity through Working Fields and just signed a lease on his own apartment. It's the first time I felt like someone believed in me, he said of his COTS housing navigator.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here tonight. I'm Evie, I work at the COTS Family Shelter. We light this candle for Toby, age 6, who was so proud of his homemade pizza that he made using fresh veggies with a voucher for the farmer's market. His mom showed him a new recipe from their cookbook. And we light the candle for Gretchen, who is 23, recently became a single mom with an 18-month-old daughter, adjusting to life as a single parent while looking for employment in an apartment she could afford on her own.
Hi, my name's Abby. I'm a COTS supporter. We light this candle for Sophia and Brian, whose family business closed, leaving them to find new employment, figure out a plan to repay back debt, and scrambling to arrange for new childcare for their 2 young children. We light this candle for Louise, 51, a single mother of 2 who inspired staff and guests in Family Shelter as she continued pursuing her graduate degree and working to find new employment and housing.
Hello, my name is Noor Sherpa. I run a food supply business called Sherpa Foods, and we're a supporter of COTS. We light this candle for Carrie, 65, who comes to the day station with her daughter and granddaughter, representing 3 generations of a family, all striving for stability and a better life. We light this candle for Sunny, 32, who works 2 jobs to save up enough for a rental deposit. One of her daughters said, "My wish is for my mom's dreams to come true and for us to get a home."
I'm still John Michael. I still work for COTS. We light this candle for Jenna, age 23, a mom in Family Shelter whose greatest wish was to have a yard for her children to play in. And for Isabel, age 4, who loves taking long car rides, watching movies, and getting lots of snuggles. She enthusiastically participates in the playgroups led by our children's mental health liaison at the Family Shelter.
Thank you, everybody. My hope is that although we couldn't light our candles in the wind tonight, that you can reflect on the stories that you've heard and the folks that are sleeping outside tonight in this wind, in the rain, and the elements. And that's why we're all here. So thank you, everybody. I would like to welcome our friends from Edmonds, if you're ready to join us.
Staying on this thing out here tonight. Did you get some of those socks I dropped off last week all over town? We got those tomorrow. Where do you usually stay? Right now.
Oh, that wind eats right through your clothes. You cold too? Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you so much for having us. This is the Edmonds Elementary School Choir, and we rehearse during the school day. And if there's anyone out there who's in chorus who is not up here yet, you can come up right now. It's okay if there's anyone hiding out there. And we are so happy to be here tonight and celebrate the work that COTS does. And my students and I have talked about why we come out to this event, and we're happy to share 2 pieces of music with you that we hope support the mission of tonight's event.
A candle's light is like no other light. Its gleaming glow will warm the cold and smoke. Winter's days fading into dark. Its gleaming flame will warm my very heart.
Stay warm. Thank you.
Thank you, Edmonds Choir. That was beautiful. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Please help yourselves to cocoa and cookies over here, if it hasn't all blown away by now. And if you would like to go home and light a candle outside of the wind, please feel free. Thank you.
So, what do you guys have to do for the?
This event is somber because we're thinking of those who've passed away. We're thinking of people who are sleeping outside on a night like this in the wind and the rain and the snow. Yet we're also hopeful because we're looking back at the folks who were able to find home this year and the folks who were able to connect to services and treatment and find a better life. And so we're hopeful for the coming year that more people will move from homelessness to housing, from hopelessness to hope, and find peace. And so while it is somber, we also leave with that hopeful feeling. We're all feeling a little frustrated, a little downtrodden, and there's been a lot of visual homelessness on the streets. We're seeing people sleeping outside more than ever. And what people in the community can do to actually take action and do something to help is to go to cotsonline.org and make a gift. We are funded by community support. All of our shelter and services that help people move from homelessness to housing, as well as our permanent housing, are all funded by the generosity of the community. So please support COTS, support other shelter organizations that provide a place for folks to be, as well as the services that they need to move on.
Is there any final message you want to impart on our viewers? Any messages home?
Yeah. Although we are seeing folks sleeping outside, we're seeing folks experiencing homelessness downtown in Burlington, there is hope, and this is not the end. And the community, I would love the community to know that this is, people are more than their current circumstances. And It is a failure of many systems, and it's not a moral failure of the people who are experiencing homelessness. And I am so grateful for the generosity of the community that made all of the services possible this year and will continue to do so next year. So thank you for taking action and doing what you can to uplift all of the people in our community. Just if you would like to support the work that COTS does in addressing homelessness in our community, go to cotsonline.org and make a gift, especially during the holiday season and the cold winter months. It makes a huge difference to the people we serve. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.